Hi, I'm Elena Mangum, the Literacy and Learning Specialist at the Center for Development and Learning. Today's Science of Reading tidbit, we're going to be talking about semi-phonetic spelling development. The Center for Development and Learning is a premier thought leader in Louisiana with over 25 years of experience in education. Our mission is to improve the life chances of all children, especially those at high risk, by increasing school success. Our purpose is to achieve equity in education and close the opportunity gaps for high-risk youth. And we believe that children, regardless of how they look, where they come from, how they learn, can and will achieve school success when provided with highly effective teachers and positive, supportive learning environments. We hold a national literacy conference called Plain Talk, and throughout the year, we really focus on empowering teachers, stakeholders, policymakers about the science behind reading. There are 5 stages of spelling development: pre-communicative, semi-phonetic, phonetic, transitional, and conventional. Last week, we spoke about pre-communicative, and if you did not catch that session, you can always go and check out Facebook or our YouTube account to watch that video. Today, we're going to talk about semi-phonetic. Before we get into it, I do want you to know that children do not normally fluctuate between stages. You wouldn't see a child go to transitional, maybe back to semi-phonetic, and then phonetic. They really go through the stages as a whole and ideally getting to conventional. In the semi-phonetic spelling stage, here are some key components that you can look at. So typically you're looking at age 4 plus to 6 plus years of age. This is when the student does a lot of picture labeling, and we want to promote that when they're writing. They will copy environmental print. So if they are writing about a friend in class, they might go over to their cubby and see the name printed and be able to copy that word into their writing. Sounds and words are represented by letters, and we normally see the main sounds and words are represented with up to 2 to 4 letters. And this is really that stage of inventive spelling. So here are 2 examples of semi-phonetic spelling. You'll see the first example is more beginning of a year, beginning of that stage, and then towards the later part of that stage, you can see the change in the writing, not just the quality of the penmanship, but even more letters. So you'll notice going from the left example to the right example that the child is beginning to understand letter sound correspondence. And at this stage, they are normally using single letters, for example, to represent sounds and words, and syllables. Like, I put kittens in a box. You'll see that they wrote the letter P for put, kittens, K, in, they wrote the letter N, box, they wrote the first letter B. You'll see in this example on the right-hand side that in the later stage of semi-phonetic spelling, you will see multiple letters represented for one word. The sounds normally that they hear in the word is represented. So look at this first sentence at the end. We can tell that that's yellow. E, they know their medial sounds. They know that medial vowel sound. They hear the yell. They hear the L sound, and it ends with the sound L-O. They wrote the letter O. What are some things that you can do to help your student? This is the time, again, we really want to work on left to right directionality and even going from top to bottom. This will help support them with their writing. So around this age, 4 to 6, typically kindergarten, if you have a student or your child is kind of flipping back and forth between your left hand and right hand, we really kind of need to make a decision. Which hand they are going to be writing with, what will become their dominant writing hand, needs to be decided in kindergarten. That way we can really practice and work with this child on strengthening those fine motor skills. And when they are working and writing, the teacher's aware of their dominant hand. You can also work with the alphabetic knowledge with your students. And alphabetic knowledge is the knowledge of letter names, sounds, and shapes. Another thing to work on in the semi-phonetic stage is letter sound correspondence. And these are just, which letters are used to represent sounds. This is extremely important because the learner needs to break apart a word into components. In this stage, we really want to promote writing as much as possible, letting students feel comfortable and seeing this something as a part of their daily life. And teachers and parents, don't ever panic and think that your student will never learn how to spell correctly, that they will always be using inventive spelling. We don't ever replace inventive spelling with phonemic awareness and phonics. Now, here's the difference though. If you have taught your student a skill, a phonics pattern, a spelling pattern, you want to hold them accountable. So let's say they are writing the word fan and they spelled it F-E-N. You want to go ahead and correct that with a student and talk to them about that short A sound, how this is a closed syllable, and any of the procedures that you have used prior to explicitly teach that. Give that student a reminder and have them correct their writing. So last week we talked about pre-communicative spelling development. This week, semi-phonetic, and the next few weeks we will go over phonetic, transitional, and conventional. Today's lesson was short and sweet. If you would like to learn more or have topic ideas, please email me, elena@cdl.org. I'd be happy to chat or collaborate. Please remember to like and follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and check out more videos on YouTube.